Hello friends, in the previous lecture we have seen the data science process and its first step. We know that though the data science process is iterative process, it generally consists of 6 steps. The first step is setting the research goal. Step 2 is data retrieval. Step 3 is data preparation. Step 4 data exploration. Fifth step is data modeling and sixth step is data presentation and automation. Among these 6 steps, we have seen the first step, that is setting the research goal in detail in the previous lecture. Today we are going to see second step of data science process, that is data retrieval. So step 2 of data science process is data retrieval. Data retrieval is nothing but regaining the data. It may not be the work of data scientist. In many cases, it may happen that the organization may have the data which you require for your project. So, the first sub step is start with the data available within your organization. So, the data may be there in your organization itself. Many organizations have programs to store the key data. So the data is already available in your organization. So what is your main aim? Your main aim is to assess the relevance and quality of the data. This data is stored in many official data repositories such as databases, data marts, data warehouses, and data lakes. These repositories are maintained by a team of IT professionals. So, the data is stored in these repositories. The databases, the main aim of databases, the primary goal is data storage. If you see data warehouses, they are designed for reading and analyzing data. The data marts, these are subsets of data warehouses, and the primary goal is serving a specific business unit. And data lakes are such that they contain the data in natural or raw format. If you see data warehouses or data marts, they contain the data which is pre-processed. So, the data is already available in your organization itself. You have to only assess the relevance and quality of that data. But sometimes, though your organization has the data, it is challenged to find the data. So the first is finding the data within your organization is also a challenge. Why we say that it is great challenge? The first reason is that as the company grows, the data gets scattered around many places. That is the first reason. As the company grows, the data may get scattered around many places, so it is difficult to get that data. The second reason is that the people in that organization changes their positions. And they may leave the company. Due to this reason, the data gets dispersed. And hence, even though your company or organization has data, finding the data within your organization may be a great challenge to you. The second thing is that getting access to the data is also sometimes difficult. So the second thing, getting access to the data is sometimes a difficult task. Why we say that it is difficult task? The reason is that the organization assume data as very valuable asset. So for organization, the data is one of the most valuable asset. Due to this, they know the value and sensitivity of data. So, for security purpose, the organization have policies due to which everyone can access the data they need, but no more data, and these policies translate into physical and digital barriers to access the data. So, accessing the data may take time, and it also involves companies' politics. So this is the reason that getting access to the data, even though it is from your organization, may be difficult task. So though the company has the data, finding the data within the company and also getting access to the data is also a great challenge to data scientists. So we have seen that the data is already there in the company, but sometimes it may happen that the organization may not have sufficient data which is required for your project. In such cases, you have to look outside the organization for the data. So sub-step second is look outside the organization for data. So if your company do not have sufficient data, you have to go into the field outside the organization and collect the data. Getting data from outside, it is not much difficult. The reason is that more organizations are making high quality data freely available for public and commercial use. So there are many organizations which provides you the data which is freely available. There are some examples. For example, Nielsen and GfK, these are in industrial field providing very good quality information. There are some organizations such as Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, provide your data so that you in turn enrich their services and ecosystem. So these Facebook, Twitter, they are very known to you. They also provide your data which is freely available, but their aim is that you in turn also enrich their services and ecosystem. There are some open data providers also. So which are the open data providers? Some examples are there. for open data providers, consider the open data sites and their description. Some are as below. The first one, data.government. This is a home of US government's open data. Europa, this is a home of European Commission's open data. Freebase.org, it is open data that retrieves its information from sites such as Wikipedia or Music Brains or ACRQs. The data.worldbank.org, it is open data initiative from the World Bank. The AIT-data.org, it is open data for international development. And the open.fda.government, it is open data US Food and Drug Administration. So these are some open data providers. So the data, though it is not present in your organization, it may be freely available outside your organization. So there is no need to be afraid to get the data from outside. There are many organizations which will provide you the data, and these are open data providers. The third step, once you have the data either from your organization or from outside the organization, the third step is do check the quality of the data. So, assessing the relevance and quality of the data is main step once you have the data either internal or external. So, first thing is that you have to check whether the data you have is equal or same from the source document. So whether the data which you have available, is it same as the data in source document or is it changed? Check the type of data, whether it is correct or not, whether it is useful for you or not. Also, look the content of the variable. So check whether the content, which variables you have already decided, whether the content is sufficient or not. So look into the content of the variable. Get rid of the typo and other data entry errors there may be some data entry errors. There are outliers in your data. There are typo errors in your data or other data entry errors are also there. For example, some people write down Nasik and some people write Nashik. Though the data is for same thing, they are writing it in different ways. So you must search for such data. Or United Kingdom. UK. So you must search whether whatever available data is there, is it correct or not? If its type is correct or not. So you should see the content of the variable, get rid of all these typo errors or any other data entry errors. If there are any outliers, see that. The reason is that if you don't spend much time on the data quality at this stage, that is at data retrieval stage, it may happen that when you do data exploration, then you have to again come backward and do the process of this data retrieval carefully. So to avoid that time, you should give or you should spend much time. So spend much time on assessing quality of data and bring the data to a common standard among data sets. So in this step, you have to look into the quality of the data, the relevance of the data, so that after you start data preparation and data exploration, there will be not much errors and you don't have to again go back and do the changes again. And therefore, though the process is iterative, if you want to make it easier, you should give 80% of the time in this step, that is data retrieval step, make the data error free and also check the quality of the data. So this is second step of data science process. Hope you understand the process. In the next lecture, we will see the third step, that is data preparation, which consists of again 3 sub-steps such as data cleansing, data transformation and data integration. Enough for the day. Thank you.